Hello and welcome. You are listening to the Happier Life podcast. I'm your host, Clare Deacon. After deciding survival wasn't enough, I set out on a path to live my best life. I wanted to thrive. Now I'm on a mission to support others. Think you're not good enough, confident enough, brave enough? I'm here to tell you you are, and you can achieve anything. This is your time, so let's do this. Hello and welcome to the Happier Life podcast, where we talk about the life beyond survival. Because let's be real, you weren't made to just get through life. I'm Clare Deacon, your host, positive psychology coach, therapist, science nerd, and someone who knows what it feels like to lose yourself whilst trying to fit in. This episode is for anyone who ever felt like they're playing a role, editing themselves to be more acceptable, more agreeable, more palatable. Anyone who's ever thought, why do I feel like I'm faking it? When did I start caring so much about what everyone else thinks over and above my own thoughts and feelings? Who even am I underneath all of this? Because staying true to yourself in a world that constantly tells you to conform isn't just hard, it can feel impossible. But it's not. And today we're going to talk about why. We're going to explore why authenticity feels hard, and also really what does authenticity really actually mean, the real cost of hiding your true self. And I'm also going to be covering how to start reconnecting with who you are underneath all of that performance. So deep breath. This isn't about fixing yourself, it's about remembering who you are. So let's get into it. Why does it feel so hard to just be yourself? Let's be honest. Most people aren't walking around saying, I want to live more authentically. That's not what we say over a coffee with our friends. What we say is more like, I just want to stop pretending. I wish I could say what I actually think. I feel like I've lost myself. That is all authenticity. It's not about some idealized, raw, perfect version of yourself. It's about being able to show up without constantly having to edit yourself. It's about feeling like your inside world matches your outside one. And that is hard because we were never taught that being ourselves was safe. What we're taught is to be polite instead of honest, to be agreeable instead of assertive, to be what people need us to be, not who we are. So let's talk about your nervous system for a second. If you grew up in an environment where you had to shrink, please, or to perform in order to feel accepted or safe, then of course you would learn to adapt. Your brain would wire itself for survival, not for authenticity. That's not weakness, that's intelligence. That's you doing what you had to do. But that mask, it gets heavy, and at some point, the cost of wearing it starts to outweigh the safety it once gave you. So, what's the true cost of hiding who you really are? Now, here's the bit we don't really talk about enough. Every time you silence your truth to make someone else comfortable, you're sending a message to yourself that who you are is not valid. Who you are is not acceptable. Perhaps even who you are is not enough. You might not realize it at the time when you're doing it, but over the time, this will chip away at your confidence and your sense of self, your joy, you'll begin to start thinking, maybe my dreams are silly. Maybe my needs are too much. Maybe I'm just the difficult one. It shows up in exhaustion because performance is tiring, resentment because your needs are not being met, confusion because you don't really know what's truly yours anymore. And the worst part, you start doubting whether you're even allowed to want more. That's how deeply this stuff hurts. But listen, your desires matter. Your truth matters. You matter. You don't have to justify your needs to anyone. The cost of hiding is you, and you're worth more than that. So, reconnecting with your real self, how do you actually start showing up as yourself again? You don't need to burn your entire life down to rip it all up and throw it all out to start again. And you don't need to shout your truth from the rooftops, unless you want to, of course. You just need to begin. And here's what that can look like. So, first of all, start by noticing where you are performing. What situations make you feel like you have to wear a mask? What relationships require you to filter? Awareness is the first step. Ask, who am I when nobody else is watching? What do you actually enjoy? What do you think, believe, feel when you're not influenced by what others want from you? Reconnect with your values. Not the ones that you think you should have, but the ones that feel like truth in your bones. Compassion, freedom, creativity. Start making small choices that align with those values. Next, it's about being honest with yourself first. Before you can be real with others, you have to be real with yourself. That means honoring your truth, nurturing yourself, even if you're not ready to share it yet. Let yourself be seen bit by bit. You don't have to do it all at once. Authenticity is a muscle. Start small. Simply speak up in that meeting. Say no to something that doesn't feel right. Wear the outfit that feels like you. Let someone in. So, why does this work matter? And why are you different? I'm not here to tell you to just be yourself because if it was that easy, you'd have done it by now. I work with people who are tired of performing, who want to feel seen, not just for what they do, for who they are. Who want to stop shape shifting and start belonging to themselves. And I do it through a trauma informed lens rooted in positive psychology, neuroscience, and years of experience walking this path myself. Because the truth is, you don't need another script. You don't need to listen to others. You need to trust your voice. You don't need another mask. You need a mirror. And if you felt something shift while listening to this, if there's a small voice inside saying, maybe this is where I begin, then come talk to me. Let's find out who you are underneath. Let's do this together. You were never meant to be a carbon copy. You were never meant to live your life by someone else's blueprint. You don't have to rebel loudly. You just have to return quietly, steadily, and bravely to yourself. So here's your reminder. You are not too much. You are not too messy. You are not behind. You are becoming. And if you want support, I'm here. Book a chat and let's talk. Until next time, stay true to yourself. You're the only one who can. If you've enjoyed this episode, ensure you hit subscribe. Head on over to my website, happyacoach.com, sign up for the weekly newsletter, and let me support you in living a happier life. I'm your host, Clare Deacon. Thank you for listening. Have a fabulous day.